we're not thinking about winning, but we're thinking about the process of winning. Those are the sentiments of one Marshall Fimotaza. What is up, everyone? This is MC Tam and one from side, and giving you this Tigers must win video. Right, I was kind of skeptical in the beginning, thing like, okay, let's see if this is better. Right, I was kind of skeptical in the beginning, think should the Tigers win, or would it be better if the Tigers won? For me, I think so. It's it's like the Tigers should win because now it's a change of venue. Because now it's a change of venue, and it's time. It's time now that the Tigers prove that they can actually, win not only in home. No, first of all, forget about away conditions. Let's talk about away grounds to begin with. Because most of this ODI success, most of it has come at the SBN, has come in the Chittagong National Stadium. The battle moved to Chittagong, the port city. So let's see what happens there. Okay, some of y'all have been calling for Tom McBall to be dropped. Me, I'd say he'll probably have a better showing this ODI. If he doesn't, then you know what. Like, apparently, remember that time where me and apparently maybe a few other people actually took shots at his family? That worked. It got 2 centuries out of him. It got 2 more 50s out of him. So that worked. If that's the case, then I'm always here. I'm always here. I got a big head, and I got a big mouth on this big head, right? And I got a lot more insults, like coming towards, T.I.'s wife, if that's what it takes. No offense to, T.I.'s wife, but yeah. For me, Bangladesh, I think, will go in unchanged, and South Africa might actually have some changes. But I didn't read the actual match preview yet. I don't think it's even up yet on ESPN Cricket Info. Okay, Chittagong, Bangladesh need to be a bit careful because, like I said, most of the success has come in the SBNS. So Chittagong, it will not be as fresh in the memory as what I think it will be. But Chittagong generally, before when Dhaka was mostly spin dominant, Chittagong used to be the place with more assistance for the for the pace bowlers. Sorry, standing line for the pace bowlers, especially in terms of swing, movement in the air, not exactly in terms of pace. So in that regard, Rubal Hussain might be effective. Marshall Murtaza also might be effective because he was swinging the ball. The Pacers overall might be effective, but then again, we have seen instances where the spinners have come, have come good. So Bangladesh right now, especially from the second ODI, and barring the first ODI, and just looking at the ODI record, their bowling has been a very strong unit. A lot of people like to write off their batting, but don't forget, in that Pakistan series, our batting was supremely better than Pakistan's batting. In the India, the series win against India, and yes, I have something else to say about the Indian media in a bit. But the series win against India, our batting showed more composure. This second ODI, T.I. played a bit erratically. Liton Das, you can say he was unnerved by that Rabeda hit. And by the way, if there's a replacement, Liton Das, I think so, he's giving way for someone. Perhaps what people have been awaiting for, Animal Hawk. Now, if Animal Hawk plays in number 3 or number 4, and if he doesn't score, people don't complain that Animal Hawk was playing out of his element. He's an opener, so that's why he didn't think. No. The amount of competition in this team right now, whatever place you get, you'll have to take it. Guys, they left Abdul Razak out. They didn't have a room for Abdul Razak. This tells you how competitive this team is. And actually, that, you know, in a way, that's a good move, because read Murtaza's comments and you will see he has an entirely different philosophy, and like within the team there's an entirely different philosophy. Well, even Shama Sarkar, you know, he wanted to take the bowling on. He wanted to unnerve the bowlers. Okay, and Murtaza said something else, you know, very good as well. Although, you know, I wish he'd keep his tactics a bit more incognito. Okay, but yeah, he said that if a batsman hits two boundaries, it doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't mean they're actually well set. If he starts taking those singles comfortably, that means they're well set. So this tells you they're actually, like, you know, Mashrafi Mortaza is looking for that attacking mind frame all the time. So that is a good approach, but, you know, let's just hope it doesn't get too monotone, and, you know, he can change that at the, you know, on the fly. But so far it is working, and it is perhaps the right approach, you know, because we are seeing the bowlers and batsmen, like, you know, not to their fullest potential, because to the fullest potential, honestly, to the fullest potential, Bangladesh should have actually beaten India. In my opinion, Bangladesh should have beaten India at the MCG in the fullest potential. I mean, goddamn, had Mustafizur been there, can you imagine what would happen to India? Like at the MCG. So, with that being said, I'm not too sure about the rain forecast for tomorrow. But yeah, you know, well, technically the match, I believe, is starting like a bit over 24 hours from now. And I will try and cover, like, the maximum I can do is cover one innings, because, you know, Wednesdays I have class in the evening, and by the time these matches end, it's actually, you know what? No. I think I can cover the entire thing. I'll try and cover the entire thing. But, you know, these are off-campus classes, so I'll have to leave my home around 5:30 and all. So because, like, I live in DC, the classes are up in, you know, are in Arlington, so it takes a while to, you know, get that by metro. But I'll try and cover these matches, because these matches end around maybe 1 at night. No, 1 in the afternoon. If that's the case, then, you know, at one point I will just have to drop it, because I'm like, you know, I can't get like 4 hours sleep, you know, fasting, 4 hours sleep, and then go to like, you know, like a 1.5 hour lecture, still fasting, because here starts after 8:30. So I'll try and cover it. But, you know, that being said, it's time that South Africa, the Bangladesh, show that one victory, South Africa 162 all out, was not a fluke. And Shama Sarkar actually said something also very interesting, that, you know, Pakistan's bowling was absolute shite, was absolute crap, was nonsense when he got that century. But South Africa's bowling, he had to make them bowl bad deliveries. And in a way it worked, because South Africa bowled more bad deliveries than they'd like to. They really did. Even Rabeda, like, you know, you see the number of wides and the number of, you know, like, you know, even the no balls. So with that regard, that approach was nice to see from Shama Sarkar and, like, you know, Mahmudullah as well. But yeah, what's kind of like, you know, I'm still concerned. Like, you know, I think, like, South Africa actually, you know, pulled this off in Chittagong and actually beat Bangladesh and take the series 2-1. But like I said, this is the perfect opportunity to show the world that this wasn't a fluke. Because if we beat South Africa, who are actually a good team, like, even, like, you know, in subcon, like, they're generally a good team, like, wherever they go. If we can beat South Africa in this series 2-1, that would be such an emphatic statement to world cricket. Like, you know, showing that, you know, we have genuinely improved at home. We have genuinely improved at home, and at home, no team can ever take us lightly. So with that being said, let's hope for a very competitive game, because South Africa are a good side, and Bangladesh need to keep their game up. This intensity, they need to carry it to the third match, and they need to keep the pressure up, because 162 all out is not going to happen again. South Africa are probably going to make at least mark my words, at least 250, and Bangladesh are going to have a hell of a time chasing it down if Bangladesh ball first. If Bangladesh bat first, South Africa are going to try their. No, if Bangladesh bat first, my fear is another 58 all out, or another 78 all out, another really low total. Let's pray that does not happen, and let's pray that TI at least his return to his home state, if you will, or his home district, if you will, actually motivates him to play with a much more sane head on his shoulders. Okay. Now, I've actually come across this because I actually stopped following this until recently. Then recently I found out there's something there has been some progress made about this. Channels like First India, India Today, and all this. There was apparently a Bangladesh newspaper article on Prodhamalo that had some of the Indian batsmen with their head half shaven on the front page, and then Mustafizur Rahman holding a cutthroat, holding like a cutthroat cutter, indicating that he has cut them in half. Okay, and this is supposed to be offensive. India, how does it feel when shots are fired back? How does it feel? If that's all that's being said, then Bangladesh do not apologize for this. Do not apologize for this. Remember, this is the same India that called us kids. This is the same India that showed us groveling to the feet of a Bangladeshi fan, groveling to the feet of Indian fans, and adorning their feet, with flowers, indicating they'll be forever grateful for creating Bangladesh and all that stupid nonsense. Okay, remember, this is that India. This is that India that says Modi aega, World Cup nahi. This is that same India. This is that same India where a chamber pot wearing Punjabi Santa Claus, lassi wala bastard Navjot Singh Sidhu kept taking shots at Bangladesh, calling us cockroaches, calling us Kangal and Behal. This is that same India. Bangladesh, do not apologize. Do not apologize. Okay, now apparently First India Today, and all these, they said that there were too many shots fired, such as that commercial bamboo is on. Well, they actually all the commercials I saw of bamboo is on. There's all the words were the cuss words were censored. There was a cuss word apparently, so it was censored. And I speak Bengali. I don't know what that word was. I don't speak too much Bengali, but the Bengali I speak, I don't know what the word was. So that there was nothing offensive in that, overtly offensive in that. The crowd going Mauka was epic, was fucking epic, guys. You don't understand. That India series, that India versus Bangladesh series that just ended, it was about insult. It wasn't about winning the series. It was about insulting India. It was about humiliating and insulting India. That's what it was about. That's when game becomes that serious. Okay, that it becomes more than a sport. It transcends. Okay. Then there was that supposedly attack on Sudhir. That was bullshit. because Sudhir himself said, in his own words, he said, "No one hit me. There's not a single scratch on my body." Okay, that's what Sudhir said, but on television, in his own words. Okay, so Indian media, go fuck yourselves. No, seriously, go fuck yourselves. Fucking bastards. Right, and what else was there? What else was there? There were a few more things, but yeah, overall, first of all, shots are fired back, and whoop-de-doo, most of these controversies are around India again. The people who complain the most in world cricket are India again. Whoop-de-doo. So go figure. Oh yes. Another thing, I've seen this other news report as well. After India lost to Australia in the semi-finals, Shahid Afridi on a Pakistan news channel sang, when asked about his opinion about the match, he started singing "Mauka Mauka," and the studio audience that was gathered also started singing "Mauka Mauka." What did this tell you, India? That what? They're jealous of you? No, they're not. No, we're not. They're not. Remember. First of all, you have only two titles, two World Cup titles. One of which now a lot of people can say was a fluke. Okay, because you just showed that you are the best team in your own conditions. Okay, Australia first ever 5-time world champion. So go figure. And remember, India, for this, hockey had to die. Over 1 billion people in your country. You cannot produce 11 legit footballers that can create a team that can go to the FIFA World Cup. Baichang Bhutia couldn't do shit in the English Premier League. All this overhyping about Baichang Bhutia, he couldn't do shit in the English Premier League. Okay. Oh, same with Ismail Matar as well, by the way. Okay, so no, we're not jealous. What is the other thing? What could it be? One jealous? No, that's not it. The other one, we don't like you. World cricket inside, they don't like Indians. They don't know Indian cricket. They don't like it. Do you know why? Because of their stupid little attitude, their stupid little ego, and their stupid little mastery of microaggression, which they think no one else catches, but the entire world can see it bright as a fully 1920p high definition picture in front of him on a 3D television that is 45 inches wide, on a TV, on a that Samsung curved TV, clear as that. We can see when you resort to microaggression. Okay, we can see it, and the Indian media and the Indian people, the Indian media brainwashing Indian people. It's legendary. In fact, that was one source of entertainment to see. Back in the day, when Australia was kicking India's ass left and right, kicking India's ass to the point where Indian waiters, he actually there's a complaint. There's a bug in one. I think a saucepan of Adam Gilchrist. The Indian waiter actually swallowed that bug in front of Adam Gilchrist. And that series, Australia were kicking India's ass. Okay, so it's stuff like that. It's legend. It's almost the stuff of legend. But overall, this whole media banter is good for cricket, because remember, for me, when cricket was most alive was in the 90s. Cricket was most alive because cricket was taken so fucking seriously, man. Almost like somewhat at the level of someone at the level of football, not exact, but somewhat at the level of football, in level of club football. It was taken seriously. The country rivalries, India, Pakistan. Believe me, it is bigger. At that point, it was bigger than the Ashes. It was such a big deal because there are two entire nations, almost to its entirety, clashing against each other. That was the feeling, that really big fight feel whenever India and Pakistan clashed. That was the height of cricket for me in the 90s. And believe me, out of that intensity, you had world champions. You had world champions. You had Wasim Akram, you had Waqar Yunus, you had Inzamam, you had Tendulkar, you had Ganguly, you had the Laxman. Okay, you had Anil Kumble. The list goes on and on. Okay, you had the creme de la creme at that point. Right now, cricket is just being too polite and too pussified to Disney. This media intensity is good for cricket. I want to see this life being spit back into cricket. That's why, in that extent, I think Sehwag, I'm not sure, but I think Sehwag had the right idea when he said, "I still think Bangladesh can't take 20 wickets." I still think he kind of had the right idea. But still, this intensity needs to return to cricket. So in that regard, I would say Bangladesh, do not apologize for this. Do not apologize for this. In fact, this will make the Bangladesh series, the Bangladesh tour of India, even more intriguing. Because at that point, the Tigers move into another territory to dominate. That's what is going to be that's what is going to be perceived as. And believe me, a lot of the more mature audiences, a lot of the knowledgeable people of cricket, and look, like Imran Tahir, he said it right. We are men. This is a sport, so stuff like this happens. Exactly. Cricket used to be a man's sport. I'm not saying women have no place, but obviously, this international ODI cricket used to be a manly sport. Do you understand it? It used to be intense. The balls cut off this motherfucker, man. But yeah, this intensity in cricket, and that's why, one of the video clips, some people called in, and then, I don't see. They basically said, I don't see what the big deal is. What the fuck you got front, and front, and just frustrated about nothing. So yeah, obviously there should be a limit. I'm not saying there shouldn't be a limit. Obviously, because look, for me, what crossed the limit was when the entire Wankhede Stadium, started chucking racial slurs at Andrew Simons. That's when the limit was crossed. Racial slurs. I mean, god damn. I think that the only thing he wasn't called was the N-word. Out in public. So as long as that, even half levels of those are not reached, the level it is in right now, it's good. And like I said, look, I've been following this closely. India's helpless cries were heard when Aswind, he said, "What can we do about Mustafizur Rahman? Do you want us to kidnap him? We can't kidnap him. What do you want us to do? He's bowling so good." Yeah. Oh, that was music to, those cries were music to my ears. And this is what I'm talking about, the life back in sports. I want this life back in cricket because it makes cricket so much more lively, and with this life back it can be marketed so much better. Actually, like Bangladesh is sort of marketing its cricket right, like to my knowledge, but I don't, since I don't live there, that knowledge is limited, but what I can guess. Anyways, here's hoping to a very good match between Bangladesh and South Africa in the third ODI. This is MC 10 man. Signing out.